This is episode number 39 of Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse. In today's episode, we will be talking about things that you can do for free at the Walt Disney World Resort in Florida. Probably California, too.
Everything Disney in and out of the house. Two grown-ups and a mouse.
Hi there, I'm AJ.
I'm Andrew.
And you are listening to, or watching, or listening to and watching Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse.
The podcast.
The video cast.
Sure.
The show.
The live show?
No.
We're not alive?
I'm alive, but we're recording this and posting it at a later time, so not live, just alive.
The not live show.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you for finding us. If you don't know how you found us, you probably found us on one of the podcast systems, Google Play, Spotify, Apple iTunes, you name it, we're there. Mm-hmm. We are on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or you can find us directly on our website. Everything is Two Grown-Ups and a Mouse. Of course, the website is twogrownupsandamouse.com.
That's right.
Please remember to subscribe and share and like and give us feedback and tell us what you want to hear.
Absolutely.
What we should talk about. So that's enough of that.
All right.
Today's episode is one of my favorites.
Is it?
Well, I like shopping, but I prefer things that are free.
Free?
Free.
Free.
Free, free.
Free, free.
Yes, I like things that are free, free. So we compiled a list of things that are free at Walt Disney World. Mm-hmm. Probably missed a couple things, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
I'm sure there's other activities and things that, actually, I just thought of one that's not on here, that you could do. There are actually a number of things you can do that's included in the cost of your vacation.
That's right.
I mean, a lot of people fly in and then use the Magical Express so they don't have to rent a car, and they go stay on property, and then they go to the resorts, and sometimes they do it when you get the free dining.
Right.
Which I'll use air quotes for anyone that's watching on YouTube, because it's not really free necessarily, because you can't get any other room discounts. You're paying a premium on the room.
Well, it always just depends on whatever the special is. So
right.
There's a discount. It just depends on how they're wording the discount, whether it's a free dining or maybe you're getting a good deal on the room or they give you an extra day on your ticket.
Right. But if you did that, if you flew in, used Magical Express, stayed on property, and got the free Disney dining plan, except for gratuities, because gratuities are not included in that plan.
Right.
You could, in theory, do everything else that you wanted to do for free if you didn't buy any tchotchkes.
Right.
You know, I mean,
you could actually get away with not spending anything, because if you got a counter service only dining plan, you would never have to leave a tip for anybody. So
that too.
Right.
So, but this list is not only for people like that. I mean, anybody can utilize the things that we're going to talk about. But I'm just saying it's possible to plan, budget out your vacation.
Sure.
And not really need too much money left over that's why you and I used to do the dining plan once in a while.
Right.
When we could get, a discounted package or whatever. This was before we realized it was much more beneficial for us to just go ahead and get the Florida resident annual passes, seasonal pass, before they had the seasonal pass or, whatever and whatnot.
Well, back then they didn't, the time we're talking about is, when the real estate market collapsed. So a lot of people weren't going on vacations anymore. And it was also, just a few years after 9/11. So, actual flying and traveling hadn't really fully recovered. So Disney was, they weren't in like dire straits or anything, but they were, I would say they were struggling to get people to come into the park. So they would give you, like the one time, the best deal we ever got was like, it was a week in the hotel. We only had to buy a 1-day ticket, and they gave us free dining and a $200 gift card and a whole bunch of other stuff for free.
Yeah,
so.
that was a really great deal.
Right.
But let's get into some of the items that we listed that you can get for free. And some of these we'll try and be specific if they're in the parks or if they're just on property. Because some of these you don't even have to step foot in the parks to get. The first one being one of them. They have free buttons. I should have grabbed some so I could show to anybody that was watching.
Right.
They used to have a few more. They've kind of consolidated a little bit.
Sure.
But they have buttons such as First Visit, I'm Celebrating. Now they have Happily Ever After. Before they had Just Engaged, Just Married, Happy Anniversary. But they consolidated those three into Happily Ever After because they're all the same theme.
Yeah,
big
much.
On air quotes today. They have Family Reunion. And you can get these at any guest services at the front of any park or at the check-in desk at any Walt Disney World Resort hotel. You can get them in Disney Springs when you're shopping. There's a guest relations desk there. So plenty of places that you could go and get the free buttons.
That's right.
And
my favorite story with a free button, too, was when we were at a D23 event and we saw somebody wearing a First Visit button as they were sitting and relaxing next to Dave Smith.
Right.
And Dave Smith at the time was the official Disney archivist. So he basically knew everything about Disney. So it was a wonderful little irony sitting in front of us.
And unfortunately, Dave Smith passed recently. It was really recently.
I think so.
Yeah, no, he did.
All right.
I'm not going to say something like that I'm not positive about. And it's unfortunate, but he did live a nice long life. So that part is nice. You know, it's not like it was untimely. But either way, buttons are a great free thing that you can pick up.
Sure.
And stickers.
Lots of stickers.
They do have a lot of stickers. And almost everywhere, I mean, I say that with the tone of my voice, but you can get Mickey stickers all over the place.
Right.
But at some of the attractions, not all of them, they'll have their own stickers. I've gotten stickers at Haunted Mansion. We've gotten stickers at Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin.
Yep.
If you're a Galactic Hero, you get the high score and you tell them, or they can look and see if you got the 999,999, and then you can get the Galactic Hero sticker. And a lot of the resorts have stickers as well.
Sure.
So I know we've gotten a lot of stickers at Pop Century.
Yep.
They have a whole bunch of different character stickers inside of their gift shop.
Right. And then we also got they do it also for some of their events. So like we got a bunch at the art festival.
Oh, right. We have Festival of the Art stickers.
Right.
It was really funny because they had a stack about 2 inches high. And I jokingly said to the two cast members working the desk, I was like, what would you do if I just grabbed the whole stack? And they're like, nothing. We have plenty of them. Take them if you want them. I said, don't say that because I will. And they're like, it's fine.
That's
so
right.
I did. So I have lots of beautiful Figment stickers.
That's
and
right.
we also got a bunch of stickers from, I think his name was Rob. I was about to say Dave, but I think his name is Rob. The DVC cast member in Epcot.
Right.
It was in the DVC kiosk. He gave us the Mickey's 90th
That's right.
stickers. So a lot of places do offer stickers. So never hurts to ask. And it was funny because at first when I wrote our notes, I didn't have this in the same place. But if you go to Epcot and you go to one of the festivals, they almost always have a festival passport.
That's right.
Because it's a little more intricate than the map because it tells you what you can eat, where you can eat, what you can purchase, where you can purchase it.
Right.
So what in that little passport, it's just a little book. Inside of there will be stickers that you could put on there and get stamped and everything.
Sure.
To mark that you've eaten it. So that's also free stickers or those little passports. If you stay on property, something else that is lots of air quotes today, free, is the pool. You can't go from one resort to the other and use their pool. You can only use the pool at the resort you are staying at. However, and we talked about this in a recent episode, the pools are all themed for the resorts.
Right.
Kids love them. We might have talked about this before, how one day we were standing in line and there were two children and the parents said, what do you want to do? Magic Kingdom, Epcot? Like, what do you want to do tomorrow? Magic Kingdom, Epcot? And both of them said, we want to go to the pool.
That's right.
That was amusing.
Kids and pools.
Well, I mean, we take it for granted because we live in Florida.
Right.
So pools are just big holes of money in the ground.
That's right.
But that's because we have no kids. But either way, the pools at Walt Disney World are great.
Mm-hmm.
Then my favorite.
Your favorite isn't on here. I mean, you said window shopping, but you don't actually shop for windows. You shop for Disney stuff.
Ha ha.
Oh.
You could go window shopping at the Disney Springs.
Right. Downtown Disney.
Which led me to another thing that I forgot to put on here.
Right. Well, like you said, though, but parking is free, so you can just pull up and walk around and look to your heart's content, and you don't have to spend any money. And there's a whole lot of stuff to do. There's actually quite a lot of entertainment too at Disney. At Disney Springs.
Oh
so
yeah.
There's concerts on in the marketplace area. There's just a whole bunch of stuff going on pretty much all the time. So
right, and during special occasions, like during the winter holiday, they had Stitch's gift hunt. Great gift hunt,
right?
You know, and you got a free button with that.
Well, and then they have like the Christmas tree trail, and then
right, you could go look at the different Christmas trees, which were great photo opportunities.
Sure.
So yeah, there's a lot of stuff to do at Disney Springs besides just walking around and looking at things that you want to purchase. But
right,
you maybe you do purchase it, and then it's not free anymore. But that's okay. PhotoPass photos. Speaking of good photo opportunities, the PhotoPass photos are not free.
That's correct.
They are included with some tickets. And I think they still sell it separately as Memory Maker. Or, of course, you could buy, if you just want to buy one picture, you could just download one picture and they can charge you for that. Mm-hmm. And you can also order mugs and shirts and, all different things with pictures. It's not just a printed picture or a digital picture that you have to order.
Right.
But you can have your picture taken for free. Yep. Now, if you don't have the pass where you get the free pictures, there will be a watermark on it because they don't want you to steal the picture. It's their property unless you're purchasing it. But you might be able, and I say might because we haven't done it in a long time, you might be able to get the cast member to use your camera or your phone and take a picture of you.
Oh, no, they still do that.
Yeah. And even if they didn't, I mean, like you and I all the time, if we're walking by people and we're not in a rush, which usually at Disney we're not, because we have like dining reservations, we're just there for the fun. So if we're walking and we see people that are, it's like one person's out of the picture and the group is in the picture, we'll go over to them and say, hey, you want us to take your picture?
Sure.
Because random act of kindness and senseless acts of beauty.
That's right.
That's what life's all about, right?
Yep.
Awesome.
So, but we do see the PhotoPass photographers take other people's cameras, usually phone these days. So and then snap some pictures. So and that's it's obviously you're in the park, but that's a great way. A lot of people don't realize that, and they're thinking that they have to buy this expensive photo package, and it's like, well, no, you don't.
Well, that's actually another thing that I just, because I'm like, my mind was thinking, but do you have to be in a park to have a PhotoPass photographer? And you do not.
Well, there's a few at Disney Springs.
Well, there is a dedicated photo area where guest relations used to be near Ghirardelli's and Arribas Brothers over on the West.
Marketplace.
In Marketplace, sorry, because that's called West Side. In Marketplace, which is on the west side of Disney Springs. So in that area where guest relations used to be.
Well, it's in between the Co-op and the Arribas Brothers.
Right. There are two photo areas set up. And it's funny because the backdrops on them, it's basically a blue screen, but or green screen, same difference. They can superimpose you in front of Magic Kingdom, Epcot, the four parks. And that's a great place to have multiple pictures taken. I've gone there with at least 3 friends.
Right.
And taken pictures there. But also one day when we did that, we went out across the street, across from there over by the water. And we found a PhotoPass photographer taking the old timey pictures. Yeah. Now, again, we have the pass that the pictures are included. Right. But even if they weren't, you could always take the picture. If you don't like it, you don't have to buy it.
Right.
it's still a free experience.
That's right.
So that's pretty neat that they offer that.
Mm-hmm.
Park maps.
Yep.
I wonder if they're going to go away.
Probably someday.
I mean, they've gotten rid of straws, or they've gotten rid of plastic straws.
Right.
They now have paper straws, but I think you have to ask for them. They're trying not to just give straws in well, at least in the table service restaurants. I'm not talking about the quick service.
Probably within the next few years, I would imagine, just because it's still hard to get everybody to use the app. And then obviously, you have people that are traveling from overseas, and then, to get them onto the Wi-Fi and use the app and log in and do this and do that. I mean, that's still a lot yet. But I mean, in a few years, that'll probably change. And then, yeah, the maps will probably start to disappear. It'll probably go staged. They'll probably stop handing them, you'll probably not be able to find them when you walk in. You'd probably have to ask. And then after a while, they'll just disappear.
That's what we're projecting. We don't know this for a fact. We're just speculating what might happen.
Right.
So if you see any of the jewelry that's made out of maps, you might want to buy some.
Yeah, right.
Have a little memorabilia for yourself.
It might become collectible.
Exactly. Driver's licenses.
Mm-hmm.
You can get a driver's license at the Speedway over in Magic Kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't cost anything. Paper driver's license. We got monorail licenses.
Right. From back when they let you ride in the front of the monorail.
Right. I think they still have them, though. If you ask a cast member that works at monorail, I think you can still get one. You just have to ask them for it.
Right.
But before, they did give them to people that rode in the front of the car.
Right.
Let's see. Trading cards.
Mm-hmm.
Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. This is inside of Magic Kingdom, so of course you would have to pay for your admission to get in there. But once you are inside of Magic Kingdom, walk to your left over to the fire department, which is near the barbershop.
Right.
And which leads me to another thing that I forgot. So it's amazing how many things you think of. It's like, oh yeah, there's more stuff. Oh, yeah. But you can walk over to the fire station and get the Sorcerer of the Magic Kingdom cards.
Mm-hmm.
That is a game that's located throughout Magic Kingdom. You go to the portals and I don't get it because I'm not a kid. But you go and you listen and you get the clues and I don't even know. But the cards are collectible. So
there are adults that enjoy it as well. So.
Oh yeah, no, I am not judging anybody. I'm just saying I never really understood the game. We never really took the time to play it or and learn about it or anything.
Right.
But during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, they have special themed cards for the holidays. So that's kind of neat. No, when I said the barbershop, that reminded me over by the castle, there's like a princess store behind the castle and you can get free pixie dust.
Oh, that's right.
They'll sprinkle you with pixie dust in your hair. Yep. I think the barbershop, if you ask them for pixie dust, I think they charge $5. But the pixie dust in the barbershop is a little
different.
Yeah. The pieces are bigger.
Right.
And that's why they're charging you for it because it's very elaborate pixie dust versus the free pixie dust behind the castle. But yeah, I had forgotten about that. Let's see what else. In Epcot, there's a couple of places that have some free things. Mm-hmm. Club Cool.
That's right.
Try the Beverly. You might like it.
No, nobody likes that.
I tolerate it. What did I have? 32 cups?
I think so.
And then I burped a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
That's a lot of soda.
Well, they're little cups, but still.
But either way, at Club Cool is the theme of the store is to make you buy Coca-Cola products. I mean, to taste different sodas around the world. So they're all free. And, you can pretty much drink as much as you want. So if you find one you like, you can go in there and grab a cup and grab another cup and keep on going.
I didn't hate all of them, but I don't remember really loving any of them.
Right. I mean, they don't pick... Coca-Cola is available around the world, so really it should just be, a whole bunch of different Coke dispensers. But really, it is a bunch of.
That would be funny though, because people don't realize that Coke is prepared differently in different parts of the world because we have different tastes.
We have different tastes and they use different. That's where you get the Coke Mexico because they use real sugar instead of corn syrup and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, but the other ones are just sodas that are
Right. There's like a watermelon. The Beverly, I don't even know what it is.
Right.
It's like a seltzery ginger ale. I can't even describe it.
Right.
But yes, Club Cool is right near Starbucks in Epcot, but also in Epcot are the kid spots.
Right.
Because the countries are very geared towards adults. So they have these kid spots where the kids can have a little activity and something they can do.
Right.
They used to be Kodak kid spots, but Kodak does not have the partnership any longer. So now I don't know if they're sponsored by anyone, but you color a little Duffy.
Right.
And it's twofold because you can use it as a fan.
That's right.
That's the nice part about that. And they are covered areas wherever they have those, they're in the shade, which is nice. There are things that are included with your admission. So they're not, I don't want to say they're free, but you don't have to pay extra for them.
Sure.
They're included with your admission. Things such as the parades, the fireworks.
Right.
All the shows they do I shouldn't say all the shows, but, the majority of shows that they do during the day.
Right.
You can get up to 3 fast passes pre-trip.
Sure.
As long as you have your tickets linked. And then during that day, once you've used the 3, you can get another one. And then once that one's done, I think you can get one at a time for the remainder of the day if they're available. And transportation.
Right.
Even earlier in the episode, I said, if you're flying in and you can take the Mickey's Magical Express. And I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about if you're staying on the resort property, you can take a bus to get to the different parks. They have transportation to the different parks, depending on what resort you're at. There might be water transportation. There might be monorail transportation.
Right.
But regardless if you are staying on property or not, you could go from Epcot to Magic Kingdom or, from one park to another.
Sure.
They do have buses that go between the two, and that is free.
That's right.
I know for a while, I'm not sure if we haven't looked into it, if they're still offering it, that pass that you pay to go from park to park.
I don't remember, but
the benefit of paying was that you didn't have to go through security again and all that other stuff. And it saved you a lot of time, because you paid. So it's kind of like taking a paid highway versus a free highway, a toll road versus a...
it would be interesting to look up. But yeah, that was the general idea was that, but you would go out a different exit kind of thing. So you would technically never leave the secure area. Right. So, but they've gotten a lot better with the security too. So they might have gotten rid of it.
Right.
So
time is valuable. Right. So it made sense that, especially if you have a park hopper, you want to make sure that if you're paying for the park hopper option, that you have enough time to go from one to another.
Of course.
But like I said, transportation to and from the parks, from park to park while you're there is free. The things I wrote down, I already spoke about the glitter, but you can, during the holidays, you can go from resort to resort and just tell them, why are you here? Because I want to see the holiday decorations.
That's right.
And that, you'll have to show your ID. They'll let you in, but you can do that for free. And we've talked about that before, especially the ones on the monorail have really great decorations. Wilderness Lodge, great decorations. Right now it's about Easter time. So now some of them, I think at Grand Floridian, I think they have the eggs.
That's right.
They have the decorated eggs, which are beautiful to look at.
They also have a snack shop open.
Oh, just for Easter?
Yep.
Oh, we have to go up there before Easter then, don't we?
I think so.
That's really important. But the other thing I wrote down, and it's not just at Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I know at Animal Kingdom Lodge, they have classes for... like outside about the animals, and you can put on the night vision goggles and watch that for free. Right.
So as you go, there's a main area outside at Animal Kingdom, so you can go out there, and then there's usually a cast member who will answer whatever questions you have. And like you said, at nighttime, they usually have night vision goggles, so you can see what's going on. But actually, it brings up yet another thing that but like Animal Kingdom's a good example of this is they have a nightly story time that's outside near the campfire. So all the resorts have special things, whether it's outdoor movie showing.
That was the one that I was getting to. And I think they all have an outdoor movie. I could be mistaken. I think they all have an outdoor movie.
Right.
You are supposed to be staying at the resort.
Right.
For, that's intended for their resort guests.
Sure.
However, if you go to the boardwalk, because of the way it's set up,
Right.
The one for
Yacht Club.
Yacht Club and Beach Club is on the beach.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, if you were visiting, you could watch that movie.
Yeah.
And speaking of the boardwalk, you could go to the boardwalk. We didn't even talk about the boardwalk. A lot of people don't know about that. We should probably have an episode just about what's on the boardwalk, because I think it's a little overlooked.
It is.
Speaking of overlooking, I overlooked eating again.
Of course.
It happens every episode.
I know.
We talk and we talk, and then I go, I'm hungry. So on that note, as I need to eat, I want to say thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for giving us your feedback. And I'm going to say good night.
Good morning.
Good afternoon.
Good day.
How about just goodbye?
All right.
Bye.
Bye.